Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is a reading about Tiger Spirit Medicine. And I have a little list here to go over with you guys of what tigers represent from an animal totem perspective. And I'm going to go ahead after that and get right into your piles. And for those of you that would like to go straight to your reading, I have 3 different piles to choose from today. Pile number 1, which is represented by the blue temple. Pile number 2, which is the sap of the moon plant. Okay, and then pile number 3, which is the oil of vitriol. Okay, so go ahead and choose your pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And there'll be links in the description box below to go directly to your pile. So let's go ahead and begin. So tiger spirit as a animal totem, as animal medicine, we can talk about tigers in general have a perfect sense of smell and sight, and they have very shrewd perception. Tigers have been around for about 2 million years or more, and there's only about 3,900 left in the wild. In the last 150 years, tigers became endangered, and India has the most wild tigers at this time. So tigers also have soft toe pads so they can walk very silently. Tigers have a tendency to hunt at night. So this is very much a lunar totem. And tigers tend to walk 6 to 12 miles during a night. And during the daytime, they may be stalking or ambushing their prey as well. But generally, at night, they become nocturnal hunters, okay? Tigers love to swim and play in water. They can actually swim quite far in water. And a group of tigers is called an ambush or a streak. Tigers can mate with other big cats as well and form a tigon or a liger, which is obviously a female tiger with a lion, or a male tiger with a female lion. So that is very interesting. I did not know that. Tigers are also very solitary. And when we talk about tiger energy, we talk about confidence and courage versus being very timid and scared, right? So tiger energy encouraging us to be confident and courageous. Tiger energy symbolizes protection and protective of boundaries as well. Tiger energy is independent, okay? They don't stay with their parents for long. Cubs don't stay with their parents for too long, and they end up doing what they want. Tigers have great strength. Their jaws are actually stronger than the jaws of a lion. Tigers have been associated with majesty, regalness, noble, and there is no submitting to others when it comes to tiger energy. Tiger energy is also very cunning, and with tiger energy, we're not following the crowd, okay? We're doing our own thing, and we're seeing how far our courage and our confidence can take us, okay? And with tiger energy, we also are wanting to calculate our every move and let no one what you're about to do. Let nobody know what you're about to do. So be very cunning. Calculate your moves and let no one know what you're about to do. With tiger energy, we learn to master the territory that we have been given. So tiger energy is a lunar force. It represents ease in darkness, hunts at night, fears nothing, moves towards the wild darkness. When we think about tiger medicine, we can think about such sensuality, receptivity, and devotion. Okay, we can also think about silence in the evening times and that passionate, strong, sensual, confident feeling when you're doing something that you truly love, okay? Tigers are also associated with full moons and new moons, and they tend to hunt slowly and silently, okay? And let's see, and some of the questions that come up when we're talking about tiger medicine are, do you need more passion for life? Are you expressing your life's passions appropriately? Has your energy been down? Okay, so we're gonna look at those questions and more. and look at how the tiger spirit is influencing your life at this time, okay? And for those of you that have a special relationship to the animal totem itself, I hope you really enjoy this reading too, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. I already went through the piles and we are going to begin. Okay. Begin with pile number 1. Let's do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the blue temple, and today's reading is asking how tiger spirit medicine is with you right now, pile number 1, in your life. And I did a little intro about what tiger medicine represents: courage, independence, boldness. All right, but tigers are also very stealth. They hunt at night. They represent the lunar power of yin. Okay, powerful yin energy, cunning, stalking their prey at night, taking their time. All right, pile number 1, let's go ahead and find out for my beautiful pile number 1s. Let's go ahead and see, how is tiger spirit medicine helping pile number 1 at this point in their life, please? How is this helping pile number 1? How is this helping pile? Okay. All right, pile number 1. We're going to get it going here. We have the 4 of Cups reversed, okay? So one of the questions Tiger Medicine asks is, are you truly having a passion for your life right now? Or is your life feeling very uninspired, boring, tedious? Is it got to a place where you're just not, every day is the same, etc.? Okay, so returning from the 4 of Cups reversed back to the 3 of Cups, back to a experience of living each day in a more purposeful way, okay? And also a word that I'm getting right now is giving up. So, you know, sometimes when we get really dissatisfied or we're really struggling with something, or something has been very up and down, it's just like, I give up, okay? So let's take a look at this pile number 1 and see how tiger spirit, I also feel like determination is a big factor for you guys. So I'm gonna pull your tarot cards here over, and I'm gonna pull your oracle cards too. We have the 3 of Wands. Ooh, that's tiger energy. 8 of Pentacles reversed, anti-boredom, Ace of Cups reversed, and we have the Magician reversed, okay? And here we have jealousy, okay? Knowledge. All right, interesting. Pile number 1. Okay, who's jealous of your knowledge? We have Valkyrie and choice, okay? So we have the Valkyries here. We have passion. Oh my goodness. Okay, and that's coming out underneath the Magician reverse. So the Magician reversed is like, I'm shut down. I'm not open to universal flow. I don't, some of you here, I may feel like don't like what you're currently doing for work, or you're feeling like something is missing, okay? And I feel some of you may want to go in a completely different direction because you're tired of, I feel like some of you are tired at putting yourself out on the line for other people when it's like, fuck it, I don't want anything to do with this anymore, okay? And some of you are making a choice to move in a completely different direction, to follow your passion, okay? And you're just deciding, I cannot, I can't live my life like this anymore. I need to choose a direction. And even if I am sick of something, I just, at this point, I can't keep running in circles for the wrong thing, okay? So let's see what else we have here. We have determination, yes, and that is one of the first words that I was channeling when I looked at the reversed 4 of Cups, talking about getting that sense of determination back, okay? Sometimes when we feel like we don't measure up, it just pushes us harder to do even more, okay? And I feel like some of you with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, you may be feeling very disorganized. The Eight of Pentacles in the tarot represents Sun in Virgo, okay? And I'm just getting this message too of I can't help these people anymore. They're just holding me back, okay? And I also feel some of you are trying to take the ideas and the things that you really, really love and trying to put them into motion here with the Magician, but there's no cooperation for what you're trying to do. So I feel like some of you are just taking, and I feel a job situation here, pile number one for you guys in particular. This could do like with, you know, something you're studying or school or a job or a goal or a sense of having to make a choice about your passions, okay? And the Magician, so the Magician is very good at many different things. The Magician has many different tools at his or her disposal. But it's also with the Magician reversed, Mercury represents the Magician in the tarot. So with Mercury reversed, it's like it doesn't matter what I love. It doesn't matter what I like doing. It's not getting me anywhere. So I'm going to go do something for myself, okay? And I feel like some of you are like, you know, I've tried to do things a certain way. I've tried to, I've tried to do things to probably as well, pile number one, to please other people. I've tried to put my own ideas on the back burner for others, okay, and just put my head down and keep working. But I've lost that loving feeling, you know, with the Ace of Cups reversed. It's like I've lost that loving feeling, okay? We have opposition and confrontation. Wow, pile number one, okay? Confrontation, my goodness, okay? Sometimes when you just decide, you know what, it's not worth it, I'm done, and we had that whole thing of giving up versus determination. It's like I'm determined to win at any cost, okay? With determination and opposition in astrology is oppositions are of the nature of Saturn. So very difficult lessons about, you know, what we resist persists type of thing. And also with opposition and determination, you're like, I don't really care what it takes. I'm gonna do it my way, okay? And the Three of Wands in the tarot represents the Sun in Aries, and it is the Lord of established strength. So you're very strong. You can stand on your own. You have, you know, you have a lot of ground left to cover. I feel pile number one, but there is a situation in your life that if you keep dumping energy into it, it's not profitable, or it's not worth it. It's not worth your attention, the Magician, your devotion, the Ace of Cups, or your ultra hard work, okay? Some of you may be breaking free of something here, pile number one, either quitting a job, leaving a job, stopping doing something that you've been so devoted to, and you're just deciding, you know, I don't need to I'm going to do something on my own. I feel like some of you may be deciding that you've tried to make changes at the place where you work, or you've tried to make changes in your relationship, or you've tried that has been plagued by jealousy, or, you know, even though with the Magician reversed, we're really trying to prove ourselves, but with the Ace of Cups, we have an empty hole within. No matter what it is we do or what it is that we say, we're still finding this empty hole within, pile number one. And especially with the Four of Cups reversed too, the empty hole within. So we really have to stop and think, like, why am I pouring all of my life energy into this thing? You know, should I keep doing it? Is what I feel like some of you are really questioning, all right? And there may be people that are jealous of your knowledge and are jealous of the fact that you actually have choices in your life and that you don't need to stick around for something if you don't really want to, okay? And we have here excess. Wow. And look at all the rocks piled up on your back here. It's stone after stone and brick after brick, and it reminds me of the 9 of Wands in the tarot, okay? And it definitely reminds me of that whatever we resist will persist, okay? And sometimes we just have to totally turn and go in a new and different direction. The sun in Aries represents the very beginning of the astrological new year and spring equinox, okay? And that is coming up here in about a month and a half. So maybe some of you have some particular decisions that need to be made in the month of March or towards the end of March, okay? Or shout out to my Pisces, early Aries people who are having birthdays in that period as well, okay? And it's like, I can't keep giving my all right? And I'm done dumping all my energy into an empty hole only to have myself sucked dry. Ace of Cups reversed, okay? I'm just gonna go my own way, and if people think I'm selfish, you know, good for them. I'm tired of all the exhaustion. I'm tired of everything being put on my shoulders, okay? And I think, you know, people give you a lot to do, or people put a lot on you because you're very capable, pile number 1. But at this point, you have the knowledge that you need and it's time to go. And some people may be jealous about that you're gonna, maybe some of you starting your own companies or doing your own thing or deciding, you know what, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Fuck this, okay? And I tried to help this person. I tried to, you know, all it did was confuse me further. I'm not doing this anymore, okay? So very interesting energy. We have excess here. And on this card, it's card number 28. So we may have some people in their 20s or later 20s in this pile. And it says stress, overload, exhaustion, okay? Obsessiveness, gluttony, okay? Gluttony, worry, dumping more into things, okay? The mind being very unsettled with the Magician reversed, not having any focus or concentration to really focus on what you love and what you enjoy doing because all the energy is being drained out of you, you know? And we have gluttony, burdens, worries, and the breaking point, okay? So definitely something has been going on here, pile number 1, to get to you to this breaking point. And you know what, pile number 1, we have the Valkyries. Some of you may resonate with the energy of the Valkyries in general, but I really feel that it's your call, pile number 1, and that's where your power is ultimately, you know, resting in. And some of you guys, you know, with the Magician reversed, you may not have all the information that you need, or you may have been, you know, pushed away from getting more information about something, a situation, a person, or a decision, because other people don't really want you knowing something, okay? And we have the evil eye here, protection. So spirit's like, back the fuck up, okay? So if someone's trying to school you and make you feel unworthy, pile number 1, that's just not okay. And at the end of the day, the knowledge is in your hands, okay? And the choice is yours. And I think that is really where, I don't know why I'm just getting, okay, some of you in the past may have made destructive choices without thinking that lead you to putting in and overextending yourselves to a point of exhaustion, okay? But now we've come to a fork in the road, pile number 1, and it's time to really make a decision. And some of you may be making this decision with passion and determination, like the tiger energy. Okay, and we see the colors of the tiger here. We see the red and the yellow, which are very much, you know, tiger type colors. We see that possibly here around the spring equinox, pile number one, some of you are going to be, you know, you're going to be saying, hey, if I don't get some recognition, or if I don't get some direction here, I'm just going to take my own direction and just run with it. Okay. And I support you in that, pile number one. Okay. And, you know, with the Ace of Cups and the Magician reversed, it's like, I don't really like where my mind and my heart have been. And with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, I don't really like what I've been working on and what I've been doing. And I just feel dead inside, and I don't feel dedicated, and I don't feel like doing anything. And it's probably because you need to remotivate yourself to your own passions and determinations. Okay. And your own passion and determination. And you know what? Some opposition, some healthy opposition may actually be good for you, pile number one, because it shows you the knowledge that you've gained, and it shows you the confidence, right? Tiger spirit. It shows you the confidence to move forward. And as I was preparing for this reading, I was thinking about what card would represent tiger energy, and Three of Wands was one of the first ones that came to me, okay? And when we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Cups and everything, this is the Three of Wands is your fire. It's your fire energy, okay? And I feel like Spirit is protecting you from whoever would try to stand in your way, okay? And you know, maybe some of you have been wanting to correct something or wanting to change something, but are afraid of arousing opposition and somebody who would be very jealous, okay? And I feel like you guys are saying, I need to develop my knowledge further for me on my path. And it's not about anybody else. This is my personal decision about my life, okay? So pile number one, this is what I am getting for you, my loves. And I am going to go ahead and read you guys the blue temple right here. And then I'm going to ask for last advice from the Tiger Spirit for you. Okay, and I believed I marked the page. Okay, blue temple. Celestial realm, the imagination and expansiveness. Welcome to the Blue Temple, the home of the alchemical imagination. You have entered into a space of new depths and new possibilities. The inner eye opens to you because you became willing to see in a new way. To understand this card, one must study blue itself. It is the celestial color of the sky, the ocean, and the peacock's tail. Though potent, blue slips away. Through this color, our imagination threads together experiences, both grim and glorious, okay? The halls of heaven and the harrows of melancholy. We are taken into the depths of mood, of tone, of the rhythm of the blues, okay? Yeah, the rhythm of the blues. I would definitely say the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed, the rhythm of the blues. The eternal mystery of the blue will only deepen as we study it. And this is precisely the point. Leave the cerebral behind. Yeah, knowledge, okay? Jealousy, knowledge, all of this, okay? Leave the cerebral behind for right now. Cloak yourself in the sapphire robe and sit quietly in the vault of mysteries, okay? Many people dismiss the Azure Vault as nonsense. Don't worry about them. Stay tuned to your own attendance to this sacred place and notice how you feel there, okay? And I don't think many of you have had really time to sit in that sacred place and really, because I feel with the Magician reverse, things have been very confusing. Priorities have been very disorganized. And, you know, if the Ace of Cups was upright, I would say, yeah, you know, you have been sitting in that quiet place. But I also feel like maybe from now until the end of March, is a good time for you, pile number one, to sit in that quiet place and let go of some of the cerebral aspects here and get more into the subliminal, which is very, like I was talking about, the tiger energy is very instinctive and it's very lunar, okay? Once in a blue moon is a significant phrase. If the blue temple card and the moon card appear together, take note, the unlikely is the most likely, okay? And I think that's true for you guys. The unlikely is actually the most likely. Like if you're like, oh wow, I never thought that was gonna turn out that way, okay? And we have a choice here. So the unlikely is the most likely. If people don't think you're gonna make a choice for yourself, or they don't think it's likely that you're gonna change, or that, you know, you're gonna get yourself out of something here, I feel you will, pile number one, okay? And that's finding that tiger energy. So let's go ahead and let's get a couple cards to close out the reading here for pile number one and say, what does Tiger Spirit for my pile number ones? I heard I'm just not turned on by life, okay? Magician reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. I'm just not turned on by life, and I hate the direction I'm going, okay? So I think you're gonna be given an opportunity with this Three of Wands to pivot, okay, pile number three? So, or why did I call you number three? Maybe some of you guys are meant to watch pile number three too. But anyway, let's go ahead and see for my pile number ones. What do the tigers have to tell pile number one? What is your last advice? Ooh, okay. The Knight of Wands. Giddy up, baby. Okay. Giddy up, my darlings. And we have the Six of Swords reversed, okay? And, you know, sometimes we have to turn back because there's unfinished business that we need to attend to, okay? I mean, I think this also too warns against making, you know, rash decisions, pile number one, or decisions that are made too quickly because you're angry or because your emotions are, you know, being played with or being toyed with the Ace of Cups reversed, okay? And with the Magician and the Ace of Cups reversed, it's like, it's that feeling of maybe being intentionally fucked with, okay? And that's why we have the evil eye here. No matter what other people do, do not allow them to arouse within you, pile number one, don't allow them to arouse a response in you that you'll later regret, okay? And, you know, the Knight of Wands is great as far as determination and passion and fire, but also the Knight of Wands represents the airy part of fire. So there's a real opportunity of getting distracted and having a short attention span, and then getting our attention drugged back into Five of Swords type crap, okay? When we have the Ace of Swords reversed, we're moving in the direction of the Five of Swords. We're moving back, okay? And, you know, it's a dramatic shit show, I feel like just as soon as you guys make up your mind to move in another direction, you may have a, you know, agent provocateur here who is coming in to kind of cause some disruption. So you guys are going to have to be very forthright and defend what it is that you're choosing to do. But I also think don't let yourself get pulled into overreaction if you do face some opposition, okay? And especially in a moment of stress where you may not be thinking and you may be kind of, your temper may be, your fuse may be running kind of short, don't let anybody pull you into any nasty scenes, okay? Pile number one, instead, enter the blue temple, enter the azure vault, and calm down. to a place where you can make a proper choice for yourself, okay? Try not to make choices when you're like stressed out, overloaded, exhausted, burdened, at your breaking point, okay? Sometimes we have to make a choice at our breaking point, but try to give yourself a little bit of distance, pile number 1, to really think about what direction you want to head in, because I feel like you guys are heading in a powerful new direction. So thank you so much, pile number 1. I hope that that reading resonated for you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, or your feedback, okay? Let's move on to pile number 2. Alrighty. Let's do it. All right. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose Sap of the Moon Plant, and I'm already feeling that tiger energy. I felt like such a sense of calm and like peace come over me, which you have to think about the tigers at night, hunting alone, solitary, stalking their prey, the most powerful, you know, in their element, at their most powerful in their territory, in the jungles, okay, in the forest. I don't think they're in forests, but in the jungles, right? So just think about that, pile number 2. And I got a real sense of being in your element, okay, with this lunar tiger medicine and this whole thing of, I feel like I'm in my element and there's an arrow of serendipity that is meant for me, okay? That's a message that I just got right now. I'm also seeing a 4-leaf clover, so there could be some lucky breaks coming your way, pile number 2, okay? And we do have St. Patrick's Day coming up, all right? Very cool. And Spirit's also showing me a pink ribbon, which could be somebody who's a breast cancer survivor, or if you lost someone, pile number 2, I'm very sorry if that's the case. But I also just feel like it's a symbol of hope and health and healing. I'm also getting the words eggs, or like chickens laying eggs. Maybe some of you had chickens growing up on a farm or something, but I'm also getting something about eggs, and it could also have to do with fertility as well. Okay. I just heard something about a women's fertility clinic or something. So maybe some of you work in that space, or you work in science, or you help people. But anyway, pile number 2. Or maybe you're trying to have another baby. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what else. Let's see if Spirit wants to give me. Okay, I just heard jack-o'-lantern. Maybe the name Jack, you know someone with that name, okay? Or somebody has a pet. That'd be super cute. Jack is a pet. It's a pet's name, all right? But anyway, pile number 2. You're like, I don't have any Jack, Natalie. I'm just having my Jack and Coke, all right? Well, that's cool too. Pile number 2. Let's go ahead and see what tiger medicine, okay? Let's see what, all right. What is the tiger medicine we have here coming through for my pile number 2s? I just heard Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. So maybe some of you were like giving away things or donating them to Goodwill or selling things. But anyway, pile number 2, let's do it. 2 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. All right, pile number 2. Okay, I also feel like with the 2 of Swords on the bottom of the deck reversed, some of you are perplexed and came to this reading with the question of, what am I not seeing? Or what am I not seeing in my life right now? What is it that I am not, what is it that I am not paying attention to enough? Or what is it that I should be noticing right now? Or is there something, I also feel like some of you are coming here from a self-help angle of, is there something I could be doing better? Okay. So I get that. And that's a really great question to ask every once in a while as well. Pile number 2, which gives me the sense that some of you are doing well. Okay. But you may have had a little bit of a creative block or a little bit of a writer's block, or you might have just been experiencing some exhaustion too. And also with the 2 of Swords, you may have been not fully trusting your decision making. Okay, the 2 of Swords represents the moon in Libra in the tarot. We may have some Libra energy in this pile, but it's like, I usually do trust myself, but lately I'm not trusting my decisions. So I'm coming to this reading. So anyway, pile number 2, let's get into it. We have stormy. Okay, there's been some stormy things going on. We have transformation. All right. From the storm, from the wreckage emerges the beautiful butterfly. We have Persephone. Oh my God, the goddess Persephone. The journey into the underworld. All right. And you can see she's in a doorway, standing in between the doorway of winter and cold, dead, winter and beautiful, awakening summer, okay? That's also, the thing about Persephone, she's very versatile. And Persephone does, to me, relate to that Venus energy, but also the darker, the light side and the dark side, okay? The morning star and the night star, Venus, okay? And the morning star, I love that. But anyway, pile number 2. So the journey into the depths of the underworld to come out and see the light and walk through that door transformed. Very amazing, very spiritual. I like it, okay? It reminds me of that song Maiden by an artist. I think her name is M.O. and it's called Maiden. So anyway, if you guys know that, you can leave me a thumbs up in the comments, but interesting. Mystery, wow. Okay, contemplating, deep contemplation, the seasons of your life and the changes that have happened. And, I feel like some of you here, we have 16, 19, and 21. So you may have had some big things happen to you during these times of life, but you may just also be reflecting on certain passages of time in your life as well. Pile number 2, okay? And wondering, some of you wonder if people can see your transformation, or if people can see how you've changed and how you've grown, okay? And you certainly have that tiger medicine, lunar, mysterial, cunning, underworld, gothy. You certainly have that energy going on for you. My succubus is in pile number 2, okay? So good for you. You incubus or succubus is in pile number 2. Good for you. So, I feel like you guys have just been thinking about your life. Like, it's amazing. I feel like some of you are thinking like, how did I get through this recent period of my life? It's amazing. Because things that might have crushed me in the past, I'm actually moving through them, okay? And I feel like some of you are asking yourself, should I be viewing myself in a different way? Or should I be thinking about my life journey in a different way? Okay, and very interesting. Pile number 2, you're very reflective. Ooh, protection. Now, protection, like I said in the intro, is one of the main things that Tiger energy brings in. Okay, so protection, this is coming out under this stormy card. Okay, so protection from the waves and the jostling and the pain. I also feel like the pain of separation and the stormy clouds in the sky. Okay, we've just had a huge storm actually sweeping over America pretty much. Like tons of states have been, have just been under ice warnings and, you know, really frigid weather, stormy weather, okay? So Spirit really throwing you guys a lifeline and offering you protection during your darkest times. You guys are highly protected and highly favored, my pile number 2s. We have Gemini. Okay, now, pile number 2. We have some Gemini people. I'm also seeing what looks like the glyph for Aquarius underneath these stormy seas, okay? And yeah, we're in Aquarius season right now, aren't we? Absolutely. It's what, February 2nd? So I see Aquarius and Gemini here. Also, we talked about Libra. I'm also feeling that scorpionic energy for you guys, pile number 2. Okay, so when we talk about Gemini and we talk about, we can talk about having the ability to do many different things at once and be very versatile and to be in 2 different worlds at the same time. And as we know, Hermes, okay, was able to be in multiple places at one time and traverse the underworld and come back with messages from the gods, okay? So very interesting, pile number 2. And, you know, Persephone really resonates with that energy too of, you know, being in the underworld and then coming out on top, okay? So, and it's like innocence restored in a way, I feel like, okay? And your mind as well with Gemini is your mind is in 2 different places, I feel at times, pile number 2, okay? And as you're going through this soul searching and as you're questioning your life and looking at how things have been, I feel like Spirit just wants you to know that you're very protected, okay? You're very, very protected. And maybe at times you feel like you're not seeing things for what they are. Pile number 2, I got news for you. You're seeing things the way that they are, okay? And there might have been a time in your life when you would just ignore evidence to the contrary and you're like, I don't know how I made it this far. Like I could have fallen off a cliff 95 times already, okay? But I also just feel like with Gemini here, you're a lot more aware of the protection that you have been given in your life. Your reading is coming through as pretty spiritual, okay? Maybe some of you actually are needing to have protection from a Gemini too. I don't know, pile number 2, you tell me in the comments. We have the joyous, oh my goodness, I love this, pile number 2. We have happiness and delight, okay? Being able to look at the depths and the darkness of where you used to be and appreciate even the stormy times, okay? And it says happiness and delight, interaction, open communication, okay? And with protection in Gemini, maybe some of you, there's a padlock here. So maybe some of you weren't always speaking your mind or telling the other person what you thought or sharing where you're coming from or sharing your story. Okay, and I feel like you guys, as you are opening up, I feel like a lot of people could be very inspired by your journey in life, pile number 2. And as you're opening up, it's like you're inviting this beautiful energy into your life. I'm seeing the butterfly, the bees, and the dragonflies, okay, are also joining with the tiger energy. And it doesn't surprise me that these are all you know, insects and, you know, different things with wings, okay? Because we talk about Hermes having wings on his feet. Just like Persephone can journey. Persephone is like the female Mercury in a way because she can really, you know, it's like living a double life sometimes, right? It's like, okay, I go out to face the day, but no one knows at night I was, you know, being a bad girl or a bad boy or whatever. It's a little bit like living a double life. And maybe some of you guys have had moments like that. But what I see now is integration, interaction, okay? Friendly persuasion, okay? And self-expression. And yeah, no longer hiding the parts of yourself that maybe you thought were shameful, or you thought that, you know, no one cared about or no one would listen to. On the contrary, pile number 2, I think a lot of people would actually be very happy to hear about your transformation and your thoughts and your views. And I feel like the public would open up to you with open arms if you let them in. And the thing I'm getting, pile number 2, is some of you might be kind of private at times as well. And like you may want to protect your image at times, or you may want to protect your space at times or your privacy. But I feel like as you open up, like so many people are very attracted to your energy, okay? And I also feel like you guys are going to be having a lot of conversations, okay? Whether it's, I feel like there could be a lot of flirting too, or conversations, or a lot of people that are just inexplicably drawn to you. You know, you're like a magnet with this mystery card, okay? And maybe in the past people were drawn to you, but it wasn't always for the good, you know? Like maybe you felt in the past you were drawing in some leeches or some, I don't want to say, you know, immoral, you know, losers or users, but, you know, maybe pile number 2, maybe, okay? And I just feel like lately you'd rather, instead of just holding back in your own container and not expressing yourself, you're like really opening up more, and it is drawing a lot more attention to you. So people want to be a part of the celebration with you, and people want to see you. I feel pile number 2, and you may be becoming very attractive to other people as well. Like, you know, magnetizing attraction towards you, like, you know, sexual attraction or intrigue or mystery. Very, very naughty, but also very, very nice. Pile number 2, okay? And oh my God, we had the Magician reversed in pile number 1 as well. Very interesting, okay? So something in Tiger medicine about, you know, because again, we have Mercury with the Magician. So another theme of Mercury. And in this case, though, I feel like it's not the worst thing. And pile number 1, it's like, okay, pile number 1 really needed to get focused on what they wanted so that they could kind of go for it. I feel like with you guys, you need to kind of let up on, you know, you need to kind of let yourself play, or you need to kind of let yourself go or flounder or play, or let yourself be in the cosmic lunar soup for a while and see what comes to you. And it may feel like you're not really like challenging yourself, or you're not really moving, or nothing's really happening. But I think it's kind of how you stir up your creativity in a way, pile number 1 or pile number 2. And sometimes you may think, well, I do have a lot to say, but I don't necessarily know how to, like sometimes I'm worried that my words come out weird, or sometimes I'm worried that what I'm saying doesn't sound right, or, you know, I have a hard time like writing things or getting my thoughts out. And I mean, I feel like you're very bright, pile number 2. You're very, very bright. You also may have like a lot of information coming in at once on that psychic channel, pile number 2, or just on that, you know, there might just be an overwhelm that is coming through, okay? And that may be why you're asking yourself with this reverse 2 of swords, like, am I missing anything? It's almost like, did I forget to turn off the lights? Did I shut off the, you know, kitchen faucet? Did I turn off the coffee machine? Like, you know, did I forget to do this? Did I forget to do that? And you may be a bit more scattered than normal. We did just go through a Mercury retrograde, but hang on to your butts, pile number 2. I feel like, you know, sometimes in chaos emerges like the seed or the thing that you really need, okay? And we have here the Page of Swords reversed. Aw, my poor babies. You guys need a mental break, okay? Maybe some of you just need to draw or doodle or freeform subconscious write, okay? Or, you know, some people like speak into their phone and record it, or just, you know, sometimes even writing things down can seem like it's too much, okay? We have the Page of Swords reversed, all right? And yeah, we have strength. Oh my God, the lion. And look at this, okay? And I mentioned in my intro that tigers sometimes mate with lions, and then it's called a tigan or a liger, okay? So I think you guys got a tiger, or you've got a ligan or a tigan up in your reading, all right? And this is just saying, you know, slow down, all right? Slow down with the, you know, so the Page of Swords represents the earthy part of air. And when we reverse that, we have air on top of earth, okay? So it's like a windstorm. And, you know, there isn't a lot getting done because there's like, we're not grounded, okay? And maybe that's something that you guys are working on, is grounding yourself a little bit more. To-do lists could possibly help, okay? But I also feel like you guys are very creative. And for you guys, you may to do things with your hands, or to be outdoors. I feel like, you know, I feel like you guys are longing for summer, or you're longing to be outdoors, or you're longing to spend time, you know, I feel like some of you could have some really big dogs, or, you know, some really plump cats in your life, but fat cats anyway, pile number 2. But I mean, I also feel you guys are like very instinctual, okay? And strength is very much an instinctual type of a card. It's not a cerebral card. And you know, that's really the thing with tiger energy. It's not cerebral, okay? It's not forced book knowledge. It's feeling and tasting and touching and, you know, merging and, you know, getting in touch with your animalistic nature and being very courageous and proud for facing your fears and not listening to other people. The other thing I'm getting here with the Page of Swords reversed, there could be somebody who is around you at times who means well, or whatever. They mean well, but what they end up doing at the end of the day is clouding up your mental space, or just confusing you further, okay? And I feel like you guys don't really need that right now. You guys may actually need some time away from, you know, regimented focus, doing, going, right? You guys may need to have some more time. Like, you know, the thing is, with the infinity symbol above the strength card, it tells us that, you know, we shouldn't really rush things. And to do too much or too little, like, if we're trying to accomplish something or we're trying to do something, there's a balance between going all out and doing way too much and overkill, and also being completely underprepared and not knowing what to do, okay? And I feel like it's a confidence thing for you guys. And it may also have to do with public speaking. And it may have to do with putting your ideas out there and finding the strength and the courage to really do that, okay? And, you know, sometimes with the Page of Swords reversed, other people's opinions can make us feel like we're the best person in the world or we're the worst person in the world, okay? And with the Magician reversed, we may not have the best perception of ourselves, or we may not have an accurate perception of how strong and determined we actually are. So pile number 2, I would just invite you into that space to think about just how far you've come and to ignore whatever conversations are going on in the background. And I also feel like some of you have been overburdened with too much talking, or overburdened with too many tasks, or you just need a break, I feel, as well. And once you have that, you come back stronger than ever. Pile number 2. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, okay? So even if things don't go your way, and even if it's not the right time for something, it doesn't matter. You're not going to give up, pile number 2, okay? And it's all a part of the process, okay? And, you know, there may be a lack of resources right now, or there may be a lack of commitment from other people in your life right now, pile number 2. And you may not feel like you have the clearest focus right now, but pile number 2, it's okay. Like, the best thing to do for yourself, I feel like, is to get, now I'm not a doctor, of course, but I mean, I feel like it's physical activity, taking care of yourself, grounding yourself, you know, getting outdoors to the extent that you can. I feel like it's these things, okay? And regardless of whether anybody believes you, or regardless of whether anybody can help you, or regardless of whether, you know, whatever anybody thinks about what you're doing, at the end of the day, you have that quiet strength and that quiet nobility within you to withstand anything, okay? And that is something very potent about the Tiger medicine. And that potency is independence, courage, strength, okay? And those are all part of the strength card in the tarot, in fact, all right? And I'm just reading some of the qualities. Confidence and courage, all right? And, you know, with the Ace of Pentacles, you may be a little bit timid about starting something new, or you may have a lot of ideas or different things swirling around inside of you. Just pause for a minute if that's going on, pile number 2. All right, lions, maybe some of you are my Leos here, or you really like lions as well. But confidence, courage, independence, strength, regal and noble. Also, the Tiger spirit doesn't really submit, okay, to anybody else. And it's not just because of pride. I mean, pride could be part of it, pile number 2, but it's like, I believe in what I'm doing and I believe in myself, and you can say or do whatever you want. You can withdraw your support. You could talk bad behind my back. You could, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Take away what I need to do my job. Take away what I need to, you know, all these things. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, pile number 2, with this stormy weather, even through all of these upheavals and changes, you've really proven to yourself that you have what it takes. No matter what life throws at you, you're not going to let it break you down, okay? And I would say that having a bit of grounding, okay, is a good idea. The other thing I would say about tigers is that when they're hunting their prey, or when they're out, you know, at night, nocturnally hunting their prey, they don't hurry, okay? They really, really take their time and stalk their prey and wait for the right time to ambush, okay? And they get to know their territory really, really well in order to operate at full capacity. So I would say take your time with things, get grounded, don't let other people's feelings influence you, and keep on keeping on. All right, pile number 2. Now, I just want to go ahead really quick and get some advice here. Okay, and if you had anybody in your life tell you you can't do this, or you told yourself, oh, I'm unprepared, I can't do this, I think at the end of the day, you're going to find out you did it just fine. All right, you were just fine, pile number 2. Let's see, more than fine. Let's see, what is the tiger? What are the tigers trying to let my pile number 2s know? What's the tiger medicine here for pile number 2? Okay, What's the tiger medicine? Get out of your head and get grounded. Number one, I feel like. What is the tiger medicine here? What is the tiger? All right. Okay, 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Page of Wands. Hey now. Now that is a feisty card, okay? And wow, and she's dancing with fire, okay? And she's moving, and she's actually moving a lot more in this card. You can see the snake in the right corner as well. So we could be talking about snake medicine and power, okay? Power, healing, authority, okay? And letting go and letting things fly, okay? And it may feel like things are a little bit out of control at first, pile number 2, okay? But I want you guys to know that the pages in the tarot represent the earth element. So the Page of Wands is the earthy part of fire. So it's like, yeah, things are burning and things are hot, but it's okay. I've got the ground firmly beneath my feet, and I've got my foundation built. So I can let go a little bit and improvise a little bit more. And that may be something that you guys are doing that feels a little bit scary, because maybe in the past you wanted to try to plan everything you were saying, or you didn't feel like you were up to just kind of, you know, freeballing it and talking and saying whatever. But I feel like you're improvising a lot more, but in a grounded way, okay? Not in a way that's out of control and debilitating and destructive, but in a way that's very exciting, all right? Oh, there's that 2 of Swords reversed, okay? And when we see the 2 of Swords with the Page of Wands, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of, I don't know why I just got the word incumbent, which is usually like the person you're running against in politics. But anyway, maybe there's some politics in the place you're working or some things you need to think about. But I mean, I feel like at this point, just make sure you have a grounded position to stand from, pile number 2. And after that, it's okay to improvise a little bit here, okay? And release your need to know everything, I would say too, because with the Magician and the Page of Swords reversed, we can't know everything. We just have to know that can handle what's thrown at us in life, okay? We're not gonna be able to know everything, but sometimes in life we have to improvise, okay? And we have the Ace of Wands reversed and the 2 of Swords reversed, okay? So by constantly questioning yourself and wondering if what you're doing is okay, or wondering if you made the right decision, you're kind of blocking yourself creatively, I feel, pile number 2, okay? And I did mention earlier in the reading a sense of maybe feeling creatively blocked, okay? And the Page of Wands definitely knows how to try different things, okay? And when we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, we really don't want to keep trying the same things that we've always been trying, because it gets boring. And the worst thing for the Page of Swords and the Magician to be is bored, okay? So you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it flowing in life. Pile number 2. We have the 8 of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck that says that we need to go back and analyze what we were doing in the 7 of Cups. We need to go back and look at, you know, what are my choices here, and what is it that really turns me on about what I'm doing, okay? And also the 8 of Cups reversed could say that you're wanting to return to something that you gave up on or you left a long time ago, okay? And that you may feel like you want to go back to something. Yeah, there's the Fool. I want to go back to the beginning, okay? It's like I want a do-over. I feel like some of you think that you fucked up or something, pile number 2, or that you messed up on something royally by what you said or what you did, okay? With the Page of Swords and the Magician, I really don't think you should continue to blame yourself for anything, pile number 2. I just think you need to realize that you're growing where you stand with your feet firmly in the ground right now. And quit trying to ignore what it is that you need, because I do feel you guys need some safety and security in your life too. It's like you need to be able to play and do what you feel like doing, but you also have needs for security, okay? And to feel safe and to feel grounded. And you're a little bit complicated, I feel, at times, pile number 2, which might be, is why you're asking yourself, is there something I'm missing? Is there something I don't know? I mean, I feel like that alone, if you're constantly questioning all your choices and your past decisions and letting what other people say and think impact that, I feel like that can really erode a person's confidence, okay? And make a person feel like they don't have a right to be where they are, okay? You have every right to be where you are, pile number 2, both for the positive and for the learning, okay? So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. Very interesting. I enjoyed your energy. You're very introspective. Thank you so much, pile number 2. I hope to see you again soon, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. All right. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the oil of vitriol. Ooh, and I love it because we have the big cat with the sharp teeth. And we are in your tiger medicine reading, pile number 3. And I talked about in the beginning about courage, power, strength, being able to be in that lunar space where it's silent and quiet and we're stalking and hunting what we want at the nighttime, and no one else knows why we're there or what we're doing, but we know. You know what I'm saying, pile number 3? But we know. So let's go ahead and see. For my pile number 3, Spirit, can you tell me what is the tiger medicine for my pile number 3s right now? What is the tiger medicine? Okay, I just got something about a mall. I don't know, do people really go to malls anymore? Most people do their shopping online. But anyway, I know there's still some out there. There definitely is like strip malls, okay? But I heard I just came back from a trip out of my house, and it's like the first trip out of your house you've been on in days, okay? So it's like, yeah, I actually had to like brush my hair. But anyway, pile number 3. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see. All right, we have the Ace of Cups right out the gate. I like that. Okay, what is the tiger? What is the tiger? Very soft yin, passionate, caring. Tigers love water, by the way. They really, really do. They're not afraid of water. A lot of cats are afraid of water. Obviously, they don't like being in the water, but tigers love swimming in the water. Okay, so definitely on the Ace of Cups, feeling that. Feeling your flow, pile number 3. Okay. I just heard I don't want something, I don't want something to pull at my heartstrings, or I don't want something to try to pull me back just when I've decided to move on. Okay, just when I've decided to let go or move on. All right, but let's see. All right, we've got another card here popping up. Okay, it's the 4 of Cups. So more, that's the moon in Cancer, very lunar, watery energy. All right, let's see what the tigers, what do the tigers have to say here for pile number 3. 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Wow, 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 wow. Lots of water, lots of emotion, lots of feelings, okay? And this deck is the Tarot of Opposition. So Then this Four of Cups, the cup is broken. And pile number 3. Okay, so very emotional energy around you, but I do feel like you're healing, okay? I do feel like some of you could have had an experience that was very deep for you, but at the same time, like almost broke you. It may have something to do with family, is also what I'm getting. Pile number 3, okay? And ever since then, you've been learning to release pain, and you've been learning to, you've been learning to draw on better energy for yourself, okay? Or you've been trying to do this. So pile, and I'm also getting some bitterness or resentment. This is the oil of vitriol card. And with the Four of Cups, when it's turned sour, when the cup, we've got sour milk, or the cups turn sour, then, that can be really the moon in Cancer. I know I'm moon in Cancer myself, pile number 3, but I know when I get in a mood, it's not, sometimes it takes me days to get out of, and I can get kind of bitter and resentful, and just I know how it is, pile number 3, I guess is what I'm saying. But I think and I feel like some of you are saying, I hope my mood doesn't affect other people, or I hope, because some of you I feel like have had some very low faith in humanity recently, okay? And that could be because of family situations. It could be because of, friendships. It could be the case that a relationship fell apart, okay? That you were really trusting, or that you were really giving to, but it just never was enough, okay? Or it just never, no matter what you gave to it, it just wasn't, it wasn't, the cracks in the pavement were not healing, okay? We're not, it's like sometimes you can give and give and give so much love to a situation to the point where it debilitates you, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really make a difference, and that can be very, very bitter, okay? So pile number 3, if you have been through that very deep yin experience of learning how to let yourself go and set yourself free emotionally, and you've been asking Spirit for ways on how to cleanse and release, I feel like, here we are at your reading, okay? We have time, oh boy. Well, sometimes that's what it takes, doesn't it? It just takes time. And that's very Saturnian. We also have card 41, so we could have some people in their 40s. We see the Four of Cups, and we see time with 41. So we're already hitting those 4s pretty hard in your guys' reading, but time, okay? And sometimes that's all that it is. Like, we just need more time, okay? And if someone, sometimes those feelings come back up again and threaten to pull us back. It's almost like when people are in rehab and they're doing okay, or they've accepted what happened and what's happened to them in their life, but then there's these old habits or shadows or fears that tend to kind of want to tempt us back into that space again, okay? And over time, we learn how to trust ourselves. Over time, we learn how to, we learn what we really want and need emotionally over time, okay? And sometimes it takes a long time to figure that out. We have focus, okay? And you guys just needing some time. Tigers are very solitary, okay? They're not like hanging out with everybody. They hunt at night. They're alone at night. They need their time to be away, to scope out their territories. They actually enjoy their alone time. Some of you here may actually be needing that emotional cleansing time, okay? And you may be needing time to focus as well, okay? And maybe you haven't really had the time to focus because you've been emotional, or there's been things that have come up I just want to say, pile number 3, we're not on any rush to like finish life, okay? So you're going to get plenty of time to focus. So try not to stress, okay? Oh, we have Cerberus, the 3-headed dog, that the 3-headed monster dog that that guards the entrance of Hades. Okay, I like that. And some of you may have dogs, or you may have 3 dogs, or you may love animals. Sometimes animals are better than humans. I just gotta say, pile number 3. I'm sure you could agree, all right? But these guard dogs look very invigorated by the lightning that's happening around them, okay? And this also reminds me of like tigers and their eyes glowing in the nighttime. All right, so very interesting. Tigers also represent a symbol of protection. Okay, and the guardians are there to protect you during times of great changes. Pile number 3, okay? And I do feel like there could be 3 strong spirit guides coming through for you. Pile number 3, your guardians that watch over your soul, I feel like are coming through in this reading as well to talk about the timelessness of your soul and, you know, the level of focus and training that it takes to even be in this world and exist, okay? And I feel like these guard dogs or this guardian here is watching over you, okay? During times of change. I also feel like they're a little bit silly here, pile number 2 or 3, and they're telling you to lighten up a little bit, because when we have the 4 of Cups and even the Ace of Cups, you know, especially in this Ace of Cups where we can see the dark grasping underneath on the bottom of the card, you know, there can be a sense of things being very, very serious, okay? And like, I need time to focus. I need to be alone, right? It's funny. I mean, animals sometimes are like very funny and make us laugh, and their mannerisms and what they do. And sometimes they look super fierce, but then they've got that cute, like, puppy dog look on their face. Okay, anyway, pile number 3, just interesting with that. We have success. Wow. Time to focus and the guardians watching you. Pile number 3, so that you can experience true success. Okay. Wow. We have success and flow. And that's what we need. We need time and focus to have success and flow. And to me, this also talks about boundaries. Now, the Cerberus is talking about boundaries as well. Because, you know, with the 4 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, we can kind of open ourselves up. I feel some of you are very sensitive in this pile number 3, even though you may not want to admit it to yourself at times, or maybe, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that old thing again. I do feel like you are very, very sensitive, okay? But there's a lot that I feel like you guys are like, I want to be back in that flow again. I don't want to be thinking about the past. I don't want to waste my time. And I get it, pile number 3. I totally do. But I also feel like it's not horrible for you to kind of be in yin reflection for a while either, okay? You're going to have time to focus. Wow, we have Venus and Beloved. Okay, now for those of my lovelies who have been in relationships, whether it's, you know, family relationships, love relationships, whatever it is, deep, emotional, caring relationships. I mean, I feel like you guys have left your heart open many times and been there for others, and there could just be a sense of, you know, I'm tired. It feels like it's for nothing. Okay. And maybe some of you have even decided, you know what? I don't even care about relationships anymore. Like, I just want to work. Leave me alone, you know? All right. But Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, is coming into your reading. Okay. And I also feel like some of you guys may not have been feeling like at your most attractive recently. Or you may have been feeling like, God, am I getting older? Like, what the, I mean, we're all getting older, but just not feeling, like yourself, okay? So maybe you need to kind of take care of yourself and, you know, have your hair done or do, you know, do something nice for yourself, okay? And I also just feel like you guys are very loving and you have a lot of emotion to give. But I also feel pile number 3, sometimes people have taken advantage of that. And that's why you have this protection, tiger, fierce energy coming up to help protect you, okay? And, but there's also something very yin and lovely, feminine yin power with tiger, all right, and Venus. Wow, modesty, pile number 3, Venus and modesty. Wow, I feel like you guys don't even know sometimes, like, how much you're treasured or how beautiful you are. You guys may tend to stay very focused on, like, if your love life isn't going well or things aren't going well with that, you may tend to stay very focused on your work, or you may tend to stay very focused on accomplishing things, okay? But I do feel like there's this big emotional depth and also gap within. And I almost feel like sometimes you guys are too modest, okay? And tigers represent that very regal, noble, dignified aspect here too. We have, I mean, modesty is good, but I also just kind of feel like too much modesty might be pushing it, you know, like modesty, okay. I'm on the fence. Pile number 3, how do you feel about modesty? It's coming up in your reading, okay? I feel like you're already embracing that, but okay. We have modesty, moderation, humility, keep it simple, lack of pretension, okay? So no pretension going on there. Self-respect, yeah. Sincerity and respectability. Wow. And that's something to be truly admired. And to me, that feels like somebody that truly loves themselves. So to truly love yourself, you don't have to be some flashy prima donna with an attitude and puts others down and all of this. I think this is talking about true inner beauty that shines through, okay? And not everything has to be, as Avril Lavigne would say, why does everything gotta feel so complicated, okay? Do you guys remember Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy? Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be some big show of it. But I also feel like you guys do keep it simple. Some of you may have Saturn heavily in your chart in the first house, or Saturn Sun, or different things like that. Or Venus Saturn in your chart as well. You're very lovely, I feel, pile number 3, and people really admire you for the person that you are. You may not even know how admired you are, and you may not even really pay attention to that, but I do feel you're admired, pile number 3, okay? And yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's see what I just haven't even looked at your tarot cards yet. Let's see. We have the Page of Cups. Oh my God, more cups. Hey now. We have the 9 of Swords. You're like, oh my God, I know, Natalie. I've got so much emotions running through me and it's driving me crazy in my mind, my dreams, my head, my da-da-da-da-da. And some of you may be thinking, gosh, my feelings have been all over the damn place. And, you know, I don't want to get my hopes up. I feel like some of you are saying, I don't want to get my hopes up, because when I get my hopes up, that's when things like crumble in my hands, or that's when things fall apart, you know? And I don't want to think, I want to be that humble person, but I also feel like success and flow with the Page of Cups, like you guys are very creative, pile number 3. You're dreamers, you're artists. Some of you may also have, you know, heavy Neptune in your chart as well with all this water, but yeah, like it's like wondering if, I feel like you guys are saying, wondering if somebody really loves me or cares about me, or wondering if my feelings are returned, just drives me crazy sometimes. And I just want to keep things simple. I don't want to be involved in some, whatever scene. I don't really want to get my hopes up, okay, only to have them crashing down. All right, so I do feel like you guys may have some anxieties about love. Pile number 3, and I get it. Been there myself, I get it. And, I also think time to focus. Maybe you guys are just thinking, right now really isn't the time. I like someone, or I think someone's hot, or I think someone's cute, or I'm kind of into someone, or someone's into me. But I need more time to focus on myself, or I'm still healing, okay? And that's fine. That is totally fine, pile number 3. You take it as it comes, okay? And tigers represent that, I think it's kind of like a bit of a spinster energy too. And hey, no shame in my game either, pile number 3. I mean, I'm not saying that in a negative way at all. Okay, or maybe some of you are like, yeah, I am going to be a spinster when I get older. I don't care. But anyway, I also just feel like love has a way of really and I feel you guys are very focused on your success and your flow right now. And this is a time where you could be having some peak creativity, but you don't want to interrupt it by bringing in love situations that are very complicated or convoluted or too much, and tigers are very solitary, lunar, magical, witchy, high priestessy type of energy. And a lot of times that energy is more like riding solo. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have, I feel some of you could actually have somebody that likes you, or there could be somebody that is into you, or someone that you got a little crush on going on here. But it's overwhelming right now to kind of think about it too much, is what I feel. And it brings on feelings of anxiety, okay? And we have here the 6 of Pentacles, okay? Because I feel like you guys just don't want to be used again. I feel like you just don't want, because I feel like you guys are very generous and caring for the people that you care about. You show up and you dedicate a lot of your time and your resources, maybe even your money, to the people that you care about. And there could be a lot of people in your life that need your reassurance, or need your blessing, or need your, they need something from you. They need you to validate them and how they're feeling, which is fine. I get it. Everybody needs that. But I feel like sometimes you guys just are like, I just want to keep my relationships simple. Even friendships, even family ships, whatever it is, because I feel like sometimes you guys might get your energy drained at times, okay? And just figuring out how do I still care about people and be there for them without, severely handicapping myself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys are just saying, I got to focus on my success. I got to focus on, some of you may be trying to save, okay? You may be saving for a home, for retirement, for future endeavors, for your business, whatever it is, kids' school, whatever you're saving for. It's like, yeah, I can't add more weight to things. I just need to keep my mind focused, okay? And we got the Queen of Swords. This bitch is raw, you know what I'm saying? Pile number 3, woo, woofty doodah. And the Queen of Swords is don't bother me now, okay? Don't bother me with your problems. Don't bother me with your shit. Don't, just don't bother me, okay? I feel like you guys have solutions for people, okay? I do feel like, you have, you have a really strong mind and you are a very good problem solver. Pile number 3, okay? And a lot of people may come to you seeking guidance, answers, for you to help them solve their problems, for your opinion on things. Work may drain your energy for those of you that are working, because you're constantly having to, field a bunch of things, and you're always having to answer questions. And it's like, why don't these people just get it? Why aren't they figuring it out? So I feel like sometimes that can get very exhausting. And I mean, it's a compliment to you guys. I just feel like, I love that she's wearing a pair of white gloves and holding a sword. It's so proper, but at the same time, very like, leave me alone. And yeah. So I feel like, the Queen of Swords in the tarot is the watery part of air. So you care about other people's feelings, and I feel like you do care about, their emotions, and you don't want to say things that hurt people's feelings. But I also just feel like sometimes people really test and try your patience, okay? And you're not really wanting to hear excuses. You're not really wanting to add any complications to anything you're doing, is what I feel. You're like, I finally got this for where I wanted it to be. I finally set my office up how I wanted it to be set up. I finally set my house up the way I wanted it. I finally set up my, relationship situation like I wanted it. So-and-so, Bob, Bill, whoever you are, Tom, Tim, don't come in here professing your love for me and messing it all up. It's fine the way it is. Pile number 3, loving your energy, okay? You're like, it's fine the way it is. Do not come in here and test me. I got a good system going, okay? I feel like if more feelings creep in, it's like, ooh, okay, what is going on and what am I doing? So that could be something very interesting. More feelings or adding more stuff to a situation may make it much more confusing, okay? So I get it. And if that's where you are right now, the boundaries and the solitariness and the cunningness of the tiger, with the Queen of Swords, and knowing your boundaries and saying how you feel, all of these things are with this tiger energy, okay? And I mean, yeah, if someone's trying to court you right now, I'm saying courting like it's like the 1500s or something. If someone's trying to court you right now, I feel kind of bad because I don't know that they're going to be able to really, I feel like a lot of you are super focused on your work, your goals, your ambitions, your dreams. Some of you may still be recovering from an old situation where you just gave way too much of your energy, okay? And you're like, I gotta focus on my shit now, okay? So pile number 3, I fully support you in that, and Tiger Medicine supports you in taking your time to heal and taking your time to focus, okay? And tigers, they can run fast and they can swim, and they're very versatile in that way, but they don't stalk their prey quickly. They do it in a very they do it very slowly and deliberately. So you don't have to be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 3. And let's look at this oil of vitriol really quick. All right. Yeah, we have resentment. And I did mention acidity and resentment. I was mentioning resentment and bitterness earlier, okay? But oil of vitriol is also purification. When the green lion appears, a great alchemical reckoning is afoot. Long-standing frustration and imbalance causes this regal creature to lash out unconsciously, consuming all in its path. Be prepared for emotional turmoil as the lion thrashes about. Don't worry, these changes are necessary for growth and in the end will be a relief to all. Purification, Ace of Cups, is the lion's aim, and it is determined to get there one way or another, okay? When this card appears, the question must be asked, am I the green lion or the sun? The one consuming or the one being consumed? That's a good question in life, pile number 3. It is said that finding oneself in the mouth of the lion is a necessary moment on any spiritual path. As the discomfort passes, the sun's beams shine all the brighter. I love that, okay? In alchemical texts, the great creature of change is known as the green lion eating the sun. Wow, look up that once, pile number 3. Read about that a little bit. Vitriol is an incredible acidic and corrosive substance, and so it comes with a few warnings. Don't overconsume, don't lash out. Breathe and wait, like the tiger. Be cunning. No need to add insult to injury. Yeah, no need to, think of what to say. No need to, I think everything will work out the way you want it to if you just wait a little bit and focus and concentrate and take your time, pile number 3. Okay, so that is what I am getting for you, my lovelies, in pile number 3. I hope that this reading resonated for everyone, and I hope it provided you with the guidance that you are seeking today. Take care.